Hey guys, how are you? I'm going to talk about hair loss and what to do to create more beautiful hair in your head. So, this is something that I love, and me and myself and my partner have been doing it for a while, actually for almost 2 years, and this is why we have this awesome, glowing, beautiful hair. So, do you guys know that 90% of hair loss in men come because of the same exact reason? Yes, the same exact reason. For women, it's a little bit different, but it's still related. For men, okay, there's a hormone called DHT, and this hormone is a stress hormone. We all have it, but men really have this hormone. That's why you see men having bald spots here and receding hairlines, and it's very common in men. So, a skull cap. The skull cap right here, you know, that most guys have that are on the really high stress or high testosterone and all the things that I'm going to talk about. But this skull caps happened because some men have incredible amount of stress. There's also other male pattern baldness that men have, where their hair starts to recede and recede and recede. And there's a lot of causes for this. So what about for women? For women, it's a little bit different from us because we have tons of hormones. Way more hormones than men. Unfortunately. So there is a stress hormone called androgenetic, and it's a female genetic pattern that we run. For us, when we start to lose hair, we lose hair in all of our body, right? Women lose hair overall in their whole body, and it shows up as thinning hair. Our hair starts to get thinner, and we start to lose hair, and we have less hair, but it's not just in our head, it's literally everywhere in our body. So there is a lot of different kinds of hair loss. They're all related, but it's pretty cool because for men, stress is the main reason, and I'm going to talk about those kinds of stresses. But for women, when we do have a lot of this androgenetic, what we called androgenetic. And for women, when we have this, it's because it comes from our family. Unfortunately, it comes from our genetic code, and we can't do much about it other than take incredible superfoods to help the healing process, to help enhance the healing process, because hair loss can't stop when your stress stops, believe it or not. So for women, when we have a lot of this hormone, not only we start to lose hair all over our head, but we also lose hair in our body, and we have other side effects. For example, ovarian cysts, okay? We have, what is it called? When we take birth control pills, you know, that really messes up this hormone that induces our body to start losing hair. Also, menopause induces our body to create more of this hormone, which leads to hair loss. When you're pregnant, it's super important that you keep this hormone in balance. Otherwise, you're gonna lose a lot of hair in your head, in your body. So all those things create a spike in this hormone. And this hormone eventually leads to, unfortunately, thinning our hair. So for men, stressful events can cause the stress hormone to be induced. And it affects the hormones. It increases the DHT. And sorry, that was
you can come back.
Ross speaking over here. But the hair goes through different phases all day, all the time. And there's different phases, like for example, the phase of the hair getting longer when the follicles open and our hair starts to grow. There is the phase where the hair gets thicker. There is a phase that comes after the hair starts growing. I don't know the technical names. There's also another phase where the hair gets its color. Okay, so all those phases happen simultaneously all the time, at the same time. However, when we are exposed to heavy stress, what happens is that all those phases can stop at once. Sometimes when we go through life, there's phases that stop and then they come back and then they stop and then they come back. But stress literally makes all those phases shut down at the same exact time. So what happens? Our hair starts to, take a toll. And it takes about, sometimes you can go through this stressful event and the hair loss starts 4 to 5 months later, about 11 weeks or a little bit more. But, it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to go through the stress situation right now. Maybe you had it 4 months ago and now you're suffering the hair loss because the hormones sometimes take a little bit of time. So hair contributes, stress contributes to hair loss, hair shedding. We shed a lot of hair. But they are things that we can take to enhance the healing. And this is my favorite part because I've been into superfoods and holistic healing for a long time. So this is what I wanted to talk about today. Oh, one more thing. There is other causes that we don't know that create hair loss. For girls, when we tie our ponytail, when we pull our hair back, right? As we're pulling our hair back, we are stressing the skin, but mainly, what we're doing? We are cutting the blood circulation from that area. And when we don't have blood circulation in that area because it's in constant stress, what happens is that we start to lose hair. It happens with hats. If we wear a lot of hats squeeze our hair, and when our head is so squeezed, there's no blood flowing through those follicles, and then we start to see receding hairlines. There's also extensions. Some girls get hair extensions and they pull the hair and they think that they're getting beautiful longer hair when actually you're stressing your hair follicles and you're stopping the blood circulation because the hair is in stress, and eventually leads to hair loss. So you actually kind of mess it up for yourself. Scarves, turbans sometimes squeeze the hair, so make sure that those don't squeeze your hair. But there is a lot of foods that also induces our body to create tons of hair loss, and mainly is fatty foods. Okay, trans fats. If you're eating a lot of trans fats, you're going through hair loss. You will be going through hair loss. Trans fats are horrible for our hair, for our overall body, but we see it in our hair first. So stop eating fried foods because eating trans fat is really bad. Also, food with preservatives, fillers, artificial ingredients, all those kind of foods really increase the DHT, which is the stress hormone, because our body goes under stress. Because what organ, you think your liver is happy and not stressed eating preservatives or trying to break down plastic? It really stresses our body and our organs, so it increases the DHT hormone, which leads to horrible hair loss. Massaging the scalp really helps bring more circulation. So a massage scalper will really bring more blood into your hair and your head, which allow your hair to grow a little bit more. But there is a lot of superfoods. So I'm going to spend the next couple minutes talking about the superfoods because they're awesome. And my favorite is Shou. Shou is a Chinese magical ingredient. It's a superfood from China. It's been used for centuries and centuries, and Shou induces your hair to rebuild. That's awesome. It's an incredible superfood. You can find Shou anywhere. Health superfood stores. Also, it shows that, before I go there, Shou was found many thousands, hundreds of years ago, by a man that was in China, and he had gray hair, a lot of gray hair. He actually looked old, and he went to this herbalist in China, and he said, I need something to take because I want to get younger, because I want to be a father. So he wants to reverse his aging so he can become a father, and a young father. So this herbalist gave him Shou, and he's known as the man that had gray hair and went to black hair. And Shou in Chinese actually means Mister that has black hair. That's pretty cool, right? So Shou was super recommended to rebuild hair, and it shows that those that take Shou stimulates the hair and the overall body to stay younger. So write down on the list. So Palmetto is super effective historically for rebuilding and cells in the prostate of men, but also it's been used along with white American ginseng, but natives for hundreds of years to balance the hormones. So once we balance the hormones, the DHT hormone drops, and remember, that's what increases baldness. So Dandelion, this is another one. Dandelion promotes hair growth and also enhances the thickness of your hair. So if you're having thinning hair, Dandelion thickens it because Dandelion increases circulation in our body, in an overall body. So once we have more circulation, more blood can flow, and then the follicles can heal and start producing stronger. The other superfood, and I used to take this when I worked out a lot because it's really good for rebuilding joints. Dandelion is great for the bones. It strengthens our bones. So Dandelion is super good for our bones. It protects our bones, actually. Back to MSM. So MSM is an organic sulfur compound, and it helps our joints. That's why I used to take it when I worked out. It rebuilds and strengthens these molecules in between our joints, in between our skin, our nails, and it strengthens them. So MSM, if you're working out, if you simply want to strengthen those molecules between your hair so your hair grows stronger, then MSM is the way to go. In 2019, there was a study done that showed that MSM promotes the strength of the hair. I'm not going to show this study right now, but you guys can Google that. There's another superfood. It's called bamboo shoot. Bamboo is it grows really high. It's flexible. It goes like towards the wind. It has so much flexibility. So bamboo shoot is also great for our hair because when we take it, what happens bamboo shoots is silica, okay? It has a lot of silica. And when we mix silica with protein, what happens, that combined makes the hair super tough and indestructible. So protein, I recommend super aminos. I'm gonna put a link of this stuff in the bio so you know all what I'm talking about. But super aminos is pre-digested vegan protein, and when you mix it with bamboo shoot with silica, it creates this super strength hair follicles and hair overall. So there's also something that you guys probably know, but all the hairs, including the blonde, the brunette, the black, all the hair colors, they actually are all, how do I say this? All hair is based on the color red, okay? So red is the primary color for our hair. Some people have less red, more people have a little bit red and a lot of red. And it just, the pigmentations and the melanin, it just makes it brown or black. So the lighter, the less red, the darker, the more red. There is some superfoods that can restore the color of your hair. So when you start having grays, like white hair, canas, le decimos en español, what we do is we restore the color, we restore the red in the hair. So copper, it's great for that. I met this 90-year-old man that had completely brown hair. And I was like, what do you mean you're 90? And he's like, I've been taking copper for a long time. So copper, it's great. And the best superfood that has copper is spirulina. So spirulina, super potent, one of the best superfoods in the planet. Spirulina has copper. Also iodine, and iodine we use sea kelp. Sea kelp is incredible because they show that it will stop the hair from shedding. So if you shed a lot, if you brush your hair falls, sea kelp will be great, okay? And ginger. Ginger is being used for hundreds of years. And what it does is stops hair loss. And it stops hair loss because, it heats up our body. And when our body is heated, what happens, that we have more blood circulation in our body. So grapeseed oil is also great because when our hair dries, it means that we don't have enough fat in our hair. So in order to keep our hair hydrated, we need more fat. And the best one that I found is grapeseed oil. So you can put that in your hair. You can also massage it in your body if you want more hair in your body. Girls, you probably don't want that, just in your head. But guys, if you want more body hair in your parts, you can just put a little grapeseed oil. And I found a company that has a superfood that has all of these superfoods combined in one little capsule. Actually, I don't know if I have it here, but ding, this little capsule has all of these superfoods in one. So all you do is just take these capsules, and then you don't have to go to the health superfood store and buy all these ingredients separately and create your formula. I found one, is the one that I've been taking for 2 years, that has all these ingredients in one capsule. So I'm gonna put in the link in here, and you guys can check it out. Also, I talked to the company, and I have discount codes because I want everyone to feel the benefits of having a head full of hair, because it feels amazing to have a lot of hair, and you can do that too. So the code that you're gonna use is transformation. If you enter the code transformation in any superfood at the checkout box, you're gonna get $50 off. So check them out, drop a comment, let me know how it worked out for you. And if you try them separately, also let me know the quality that you found and where you found it, because I try everything. All right, guys, go get your healthy hair. Adios.